Hey everybody, this is the video for Advanced Art class. I'm hoping that I can give you a little bit of information about the class, give you some examples of some of the work, and then go over Schoology and some of the other places where you can get the information as the course continues. So, Advanced Art, I'm Mr. Cantrell. Many of you I've met already. Advanced Art is the third level class after Art Survey and Fine Art, and most of your kids were students of mine in those classes before this. So this is a third level class, which we call Advanced Art. Again, you can email me at scott_cantrell@lspioneers.org. And here's the school number. Give me a call at any time if you'd rather talk in person. You can leave a message. I can always call you back too. If you're curious about seeing some of my artwork in the recent activities, you can check that out at scottcantrellart.com. Access class information through PowerGrade and Schoology, and I'll go over that information after this slideshow. Still, in all of your classes, you have an overall marking period grade of a 80-20, which is 80% tests and 20% homework. In this class, that 80% is broken up between studios and the tests and quizzes. So still 50% or more really of this class is studio-based. And no matter how much homework you're given in any class, it will only equal to 20% of your overall grade. Doesn't matter who's teaching it, doesn't matter what class it is averaged in so that it does not become more weighted in some classes rather than others. Within Advanced Art, like all of our classes, we have art history embedded in order to help give us some background and context into what we're doing. And in Advanced Art, we cover American art history. We'll start with early works. Actually, I think we're working in reverse this semester. We're going to start with modern works like Andy Warhol and work our way back through history. We'll work through the modern artists, the Romanticists, back through to the neoclassic artists in the beginning, very beginning of early American artwork. So we'll look at Gilbert Stuart and those guys in the beginning. We'll go on to look at Winslow Homer and Andrew Wyeth. We'll look at Grant Wood, Bellows, Charles DeMuth, who's actually a Lancaster-based artist, and we'll see quite a bit of artists throughout the semester. We will have art schools come to visit. I've been in contact with several schools already. Normally they come into school, they give a presentation, and then we have portfolio reviews for many of the students that are curious to get some feedback a while. The purpose for this is that the students start to get to know what their options are for art school and what that can lead to as jobs. So at this point, they're not going to be able to come in, but they're going to have virtual visitation days. So the first one that I have scheduled already is for October 7th. That will be Pennsylvania College of Art and Design. That is the school PCAD, which is in Lancaster City. And normally we have visits from Tyler School of Art and Design, Savannah College of Art and Design, and Drexel University's Westfall Applied Art College. The idea of this is that we have a variation of types of schools. So we can talk about the different options, the different types. Pennsylvania College of Art and Design is a small private school. Tyler is part of Temple. It's a big state school. Savannah College of Art and Design is a big private school. And these are all fine arts schools, whereas Drexel's Westfall Applied Arts College is what it says, an applied arts college where you're driven towards a career in the arts. So we'll talk about like the different directions, the different philosophies. I'm not pushing anybody into art school. I just want them to be aware of their options and what they should be looking to. Now, if you have a student that's thinking about going to school for art and there's a school that they are interested in, I can contact them and perhaps we can meet up with them. We're going to try to do that on our Wednesday synchronous days so that it doesn't take away from our in-class time and we're all meeting together anyway. So as we move throughout the semester, Wednesdays, we will be meeting once in a while with colleges. We'll meet every Wednesday, but we'll meet with colleges now and again, which will be put into the schedule and will be previewed by the students beforehand. As far as the artwork goes, we do a lot of different things in this class, but one of the things we concentrate on is drawing the human being from head to toe. So we'll start with some skeletal studies and talk about proportion, how to break things down, references along the way that can help us as we get into things like figure drawing. So in the past, we've always done figure drawing Fridays, where one student each Friday models for the class. They bring in music, they have an outfit and some kind of prop, and we draw from them. We start with basic gesture drawings, and then we build up to full class time drawings. where they're doing a sustained, more like an hour and a half drawing, and getting something more finished from it. So this was Colin a long time ago. He went all out for it. I'd like to continue this. I think it's really helpful for the kids. I think it really builds their curiosities, it also builds their skills. And so we are going to work on seeing how to put that into the mix. We may have to have some days where we meet online and together in class and have those synchronous days, even though we would normally be apart and be asynchronous. So we're continuing to work on that and figuring out how that'll work. I'm getting buzzed by a fly here. We'll continue to work from the mannequin and other things when we can't have someone model for us. And one of the things that we're really trying to do in Advanced Art is they have a background now in the traditional form of making artwork, and we want to start to build artistic voice. And so the students are going to be encouraged to bring in their own voice, their own thoughts, their own concepts and ideas. And though we have a lot of figurative-based kind of things in this class, it is still encouraged to try other things like landscape, try other things like still life and abstraction and things like that as well. But we are still building off what's learned in our prerequisites, art survey, and fine art. We will continue to learn new skills, even more advanced skills in drawing at first, and then painting, collage, and some other two-dimensional mediums as well. And so we will go back and forth between these artistic voice building, creative process, open-ended assignments with these more technical advanced skills in drawing and painting. Again, they will have a chance to push their concepts, their ideas, and encouraged to find what is meaningful to them in their art making. A lot of this is done through experimentation, reflection, and critique as we discuss artwork and really start to find what is signified within their work. So you're seeing a lot of past work from students from all these different years. One of the other things that they'll definitely get to try at some point in Advanced Art is a little bit of oil painting. So this is an reductive process. They're welcome to work in oils the entirety of the time instead of acrylics. That is just something that I can't supply for them. So if they'd like to supply their own oil paints, I can have them supplement the oils for acrylic. As I'm an oil painter, I can make that happen. But the supply cost and the cleaning issues compile in it to being problematic to do it with the entirety of the class. So I will stop this video here and pick up in Schoology to kind of lay out how that is set up and how that will function for our class. So thank you. I'll be back here in a second. Schoology page. And some of the things that I wanted to share with you are that the links that they will need will always be posted at the top of their information, their materials list. This is what should come up as default when they come into Schoology and enter the course. If they're going through their courses and go to Advanced Art, the Google link every Wednesday will use that same link to get to the meet. And underneath that is the week's agenda. So this will be updated each week. They're not sure what to do when they're at home a certain day, or even though we go over it every Wednesday and I let them know before they leave from class, when they are in school, they can still refer to this to connect to any of these assignments. Underneath are the assignments for the week. As we are working on those are at the top right under the links. As we finish these, they are put into the folders below. So you would still have access to these, but the most current will be the ones that are up. So the ones for the week that should be accomplished. So we have finished the Hawthorne reading on painting, and so this can be moved just to kind of show you this to our readings video and quizzes folder. So this is no longer here. All the students have it complete, but in case someone wanted to refer back to that for whatever reason, maybe someone has been out for a week or two, they could still go back and find any of this information. It won't be gone, it'll just be filed. On the right hand side are the upcoming dates of things going on, and you can always click on the calendar. I use this quite a bit. Here are the things for each day. So right now I'm taping this on Wednesday the 2nd. We had our class meetings today. Tomorrow in class we're doing a skeletal study, and I have today's agenda actually linked as well. So if they're not sure, they have a couple different places to go. They have the weekly schedule. They have the daily agenda that I'll have on. We have a Labor Day weekend coming up. And so all of this is listed. The only confusion can be at times I will put what's due at home in place when the students are doing it. And so if you're looking ahead, that could be confusing because I shift it as it shifts with the students. But for that day, this will always be accurate. If you look in your calendar, most likely it has all of the classes for all of your students, and it can be a little overwhelming, but if you click into the individual classes, you should be able to navigate from there. So this is how it looks for me. It may look different for you. I'm sure you don't have the grade book and that kind of thing, and so hopefully this isn't confusing. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. I'll be around on Zoom to field any questions, and at any time you can email, you can give me a call. I'd be happy to field and answer any questions you may have. So I'm looking forward to working with all your sons and daughters. They're a great bunch. It's a really strong crew. And working alongside Portfolio Prep, there should be a lot of awesome artwork made. So looking forward to it. Thank you for giving us a watch, and maybe I'll speak to you soon.